How's it? Today is Tuesday, January 30th. I am doing a new block of training, and today is just back squat. Yesterday I did pretty light moves, pretty light moves as far as the snatch goes. I was genuinely satisfied with how everything went and how I was feeling towards the end. That's kind of the goal for this week, Steve says. Just play it by ear and just try to give myself a couple days strung together where nothing is really bothering me. And I made it one day in that streak because today was not good. Today was arguably terrible. Last week for the Tuesday, I back squatted 140 for 5 sets of 5. I also was sick on that Monday, so I didn't really have any training or even walking around at the restaurant on that Monday. But today, I felt very fatigued from all of yesterday. Even though yesterday was pretty easy, I was still at the restaurant for 7, 8 hours, still on my feet for that whole time. So when I came into squat today, I tried to warm up as good as I could. Normally, I do my Mikhail Big 3, I do some hip mobility stuff, and then I do some upper back mobilization, stretching type things. And when I warmed up with the bar and everything, it started to feel okay. You know, 70 here was not terrible. It didn't give me any indication for being a poor training session like in the coming sets. I did notice that there was a little bit of weird pain in my left kneecap, which I guess was present last week, but it wasn't something that I don't think I mentioned. But here's my last warm-up set at 120. But yeah, so I'm trying to go for 5 sets of 5 at 143 today, but I just could not do it. So here's my first set at 143. You can see here the bar moves pretty okay. Like, it does slow down a little bit there, but it doesn't get better. And I only end up doing a set of 3 because I was like, I'm not gonna push it to a set of 5. Yeah, there was like no shot on earth I was gonna be able to do that. So I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then right when that happened, I texted Steve and he called me and he's like, yeah, just do some job sets and then we'll figure out what we can do moving forward. Tomorrow, next week. So I ended up doing 130 for 3 sets of 5 here, and I think that was a good call. Like, a lot of my movement today was hampered a good deal by that knee being a little bit achy, and then also my hip flexor, my left hip flexor is just really tight. So I don't know, it's not like painful tight, it's just limiting my mobility, and my overall quality of movement is significantly worse than it was last week. And it's even present here on the set at 130. So it was a good and reasonable move to do that. I think moving forward, I'm gonna try to stretch. There used to be a WOD, ROM WOD, range of motion workout of the day that I used to do a few years ago that I did basically every day. It was like a 20-minute stretching session, and I'm gonna try to figure out if I can remember how to do those specific stretches because I think it helped me out a good deal back in the day. But here's my last down set at 130. I elected today not to do any presses just because how poorly the squats are going. I was like, I'm going to use today as another, yeah, look at me, my shoulders are super tight here. I'm going to use the rest of today as another opportunity to get my body right, So just did some split squats here, Bulgarian split squats, and then I did more of the T-spine mobility stuff that I mentioned yesterday. So I'm laying on the peanut here, and I filmed it and just to document everything here. So that's what the peanut looks like. And then I did some like prayer stretches, and then I finished off with some back extensions. I think one thing that has been noticeable, at least in the last couple days that I started doing this, was my shoulder it feels a lot more mobile right now. I'm sitting here recording this video. I'm pretty warm because I just got out of the shower, but like it's not as painful as it was a few days ago, and that might just be me having a positive perspective, placeboing myself. But yeah, I think that I'm moving in the right direction, and I feel like I say that all the time, but you know, I think it's true all the time. You know, there's so much nuance in what improvement might look like, right? And I've been lifting for so long that I try to look at improvement in any way, shape, or form. Also, one thing that I do want to mention is my lats from yesterday. They feel awesome. They feel like they're definitely a little bit fatigued, a little bit sore from yesterday, and it feels really good. It feels like I've accomplished a lot yesterday with those pull-ups. You know, 40 pull-ups across 8 sets, and they were really like solid tempo pull-ups, and I think that might honestly be helping my shoulder as well. So again, I feel like I'm moving in the right direction. As far as today, you know, erring on the side of caution. Um, I've taken it day by day. Um, I'm just having positive outlook the best I can. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Shoots.